Hello, everyone. Yeah, I'm here to log in again for my new vegan lifestyle, or working towards it, or whatever you want to call it. There's a couple things I didn't mention yesterday when I made my video. One is I'm able to have bowel movements. They just fall out real easily, very grainy. There's no struggle, no pushing. Everything is working its way through perfectly without the meat. That's one big thing I noticed. My allergy problem seems to be lessening, although not completely gone away. I don't know if that's going to be like that or not. Unsure. This is my plate that I have today, kind of my supper, lunch. I had peanut butter and jelly sandwich, lunch, breakfast, because I'm sleeping until noon. I'm sleeping much better now, and so I had PBJs, and they were really, really good. Nice strawberry jelly that I found. And of course, now I'm having this. It's just, I bought a big can of beans, so beans and pepper, and I boiled some rice. You could make whole wheat rice, brown rice, white rice, whatever kind of rice you want, multigrain rice. I kept one carrot because I made a vegetable stew not that long ago, and sliced up some cucumbers. That's it. So this should be quite satisfying. And I have this all-natural apple snacks that I'm going to have for dessert, and of course nice cold water, because cold water, even though they say that you're supposed to have lukewarm water and that cold water is actually bad for your system, well, there's people that are saying everything's bad for your system. So like I told you before, you gotta, hold on a second, I've got this white hair that's sticking up. It's driving me crazy. I gotta pull it, even though that hurt. One of my pet peeves. If it's gonna stick up, it's gone. And if it's white, it's gone. Anyway, so this is what I'm eating here, and I like the cold water, and one of my battles is not following every protocol that every person says, because who knows if they're right or not. And honestly, at the end of the day, I don't care. Water is water. I like it cold. I like it with ice. It makes me feel like royalty. It makes me feel good inside. Makes my body feel well. All that kind of hoopla. Anyway, and I'll show you. I'll give you a quick look at my stew. And then I'm going to sit down and eat. I'm actually quite hungry. I don't believe I ate beans at all yesterday, so today, and after a while, after the can of beans have been in the fridge for like 5 days, it doesn't taste good cold anymore, so I'm heating them up now. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so there's my rice. Just boiled the rice, of course. And here's my stew, so I just got it in the crock pot. I sliced up some potatoes, put some broccoli in there, whatever you have in the fridge. Vegan-wise, I sliced up potatoes, kept the skin on because that's the best part of the potato for you and the healthiest. You cut off the bruises, you cut off the parts there that you don't want to eat. You know, those parts that you have to cut off. Looks like hair's growing out in the end of it or whatever. I had a few carrots left over, so I kept one here for my supper, and I put in a few carrots. I put in a vegetable stock cube, about half water, pepper, and a nice handful of salt. And I went crazy. I did the garlic spices. It's like a variety of garlic spices and whatever else. I put that in there. I put some Italian seasoning in there. I put some parsley flakes in there. I put lots of pepper in there. Stirred it up, and then I grabbed you can use like a beef broth or a chicken broth. I still want the taste of meat without having the meat sometimes. And so in my stew, I put in, it's the lesser of the two evils, I put in a gravy. I looked at the ingredients. It's really not that bad. And I'll still have a little bit, like a taste of meat in the stew without having the meat. So that's just me. That's just my decision to make. So I also put a turkey gravy in there and mixed it all in the water. along with all that other stuff, and I'm going to let that brew for like 8 to 10 hours, and then that'll be ready, and I'll be able to eat that for the next 3-4 days, whatever. If anybody else wants it, they can eat meat with it if they want. They can do whatever they want. So yeah, anyway, that's what I did here in the last hour. Yeah. So I'm just touching base with you. Actually, it's a good combination. My raw cucumbers, I take a bite of this rice and beans, and then I slap a cucumber in my mouth and I chew it at the same time, and it tastes really cool, actually. It's like that. It adds another taste to my palate, and you wouldn't think it's a good combination, but it actually is. As you can see on my plate, I didn't fill my whole plate with rice. You don't really need to. I also slapped some soy sauce on there because I like soy sauce in my rice, and I have swallowing issues, choking issues as well, and so I gotta have my rice moist. Anyway. The body doesn't care whether you have the beans on the side and everything's all pretty or whatever else, like I told you. But you can put any vegetable on the side or salad. I just chose this today. I like to put stuff in my rice. That's just me. You can have a nice little blob of beans. How many beans, whatever it is you want, on the side. It's entirely up to you. It's your meal, you know. Regardless of what you eat, you make it personal. Do it your way. But me personally, you know, I figure it goes down the same pipe, all down one pipe. You put it in your mouth, and once you're chewing, the body doesn't really care. It goes down the same pipe. It goes into one mouth. For me, it's just somatics, right? It doesn't bother me to plop everything into the center and just go at it. So. The fillers are obviously the rice and or if you have noodles or the potatoes. Which, for me, it's important. If I don't feel full, I'm not happy. If I just ate these plain, without anything on it, I wouldn't be able to eat more than 3 or 4 of them. Because I'm mixing it with the rice and the other stuff, it's actually quite easy to eat all of them. No problem. So I got a lot of different mixed tastes in my mouth. And carrot-wise, when you buy the little miniature carrots in the bag, I find they're not as tasty as the ones that are saran wrapped, and the long ones, like these, have more taste to them. Way better tasting. But again, it's up to you. I also think that adding a bit of sweetness, if I had some pineapples, kind of little pineapples, and I put a few pineapples on the top of that, I think it would be tasty. I think it would be good. I'm going to try that next time. Anyway, as you can see, easier for me to eat now and get things down. Now that it takes at least 3 to 5 days for the body to start adjusting to your new diet, your new eating regimen, whatever you want to call it. And so food's going down easier. I don't like just eating this plain because there's no sugar in it. I'm used to sugar. So when I mix that again with the rice and everything else, there's more edible. for me. Many times if I'm out grocery shopping and I feel a hunger or I feel like I need to eat, I have no embarrassment. I have no bad feelings about going to the baby section and picking up one of these. They're probably the healthiest food you can find in the grocery store anyway, and sitting in my vehicle and just having one of these. It really does curb the urge to want to eat if you're driving by a burger joint or something, and it actually is quite refreshing. So I have no problems doing that. A lot of times first thing in the morning, if I have to get up early, instead of having the bacon or the eggs, which I don't do anymore, but the big breakfast, I'll just grab one of these and have that, and then I'm fine till lunch. So the body doesn't really care what you're putting into your body. Again, like I said, it just cares that it has something in it. Another thing, I don't know if I've mentioned or not, that I've noticed, and this could be just my intuitive feelings, but I do believe, and I've been told by professionals, therapists and doctors, I've heard from all kinds of professionals that have told me that the body does communicate. The body is smart, and the mind communicates, and the mind is smart, and they also work together, to tell you what it is that they need. And so I listen to my body throughout the day. If I'm starting to feel tired, or if my mouth is feeling thirsty, I know I need a drink of something. If I'm craving sugar, I will go find a taffy candy, or I will go have a glass of Kool-Aid, or whatever it is that I choose. I grab that bit of sugar. I listen to my body. And so I think that that's the most important key, is to listen to your body and give it whatever it's needing. You get to choose whatever it is you're putting into your mouth, sure. But your body will tell you whether it's something sweet or salty that it's looking for, or if it's just hungry. So I listen to my body all the time. On Netflix, this is when this whole started, when I watched, it's called Unwell. I was watching this video with my husband, and made me aware of a lot of things. But another one of their, after we watched actually it was another movie, maybe it wasn't called Unwell. I don't remember anymore. Unwell is the one I'm watching now, and it's talking about fasting, and I think that's I think it's a slippery slope. I think that if I ever was going to fast, I don't think I would ever go like 30 days or something on just water. I don't know about that. I too think that would be a dangerous slope that you're climbing there. But if it has to do with life or death, and having cancer go away, like they were saying that these people that had to do chemotherapy and radiation, that during the chemo process, all he did through the whole he was supposed to do 6 sessions of chemo because he had cancer, and he just drank water the whole time. Basically, it's a starvation thing, they call it, but it's fasting. And he actually only did 2 sessions instead of 6. He did 2 sessions of chemotherapy. All he had was water, day and night. He didn't put any food in his body at all. And after the second time, when he went in for his biopsy, the cancer was completely gone. So that intrigues me a lot, actually. And so maybe I would fast, for a period of time if it was something like that was happening. Sure. I mean, if it's that or dying, I'd give it 30 days. They're saying that the body can replenish itself, can fix all of the things that are wrong if you just stop giving it food for a period of time, and like up to 30 days or whatever. And then it kind of reboots itself, if that makes any sense. We're kind of like a computer, a complicated one at its best, but like a computer system, and you got to take care of it in different ways. You got to listen to yourself mentally, you got to listen to yourself physically, you got to make sure you stay hydrated. because I've also heard through the years that dehydration can affect you in many ways. It can make if you have a mental illness, can really exacerbate that and make that big, much bigger than it has to be. But it also, you are what you eat. You are what you eat. It's really that simple. So I found the first few days were hard. The letting go process for me was hard. Once I did that, once I was able to accomplish that and get past this first 3 or 4 days, the body stops caring what it is you're putting into it. And actually, it begins to crave the things that are healthier for you. That at first it was fighting you with. And see, I have no more rice now, so I don't think I'll be able to finish that last cucumber. But I emptied my plate today, so yeah. I'll let you go. I'm telling you my insight, what I believe, what I know. I am ex-military. I have been trained from the best professionals, best people you can be trained from in the world. Best physiotherapists, best. And yeah, that was many years ago, but still, you never forget the things that you learn. I went out last night for a little walk. I felt like I could walk for miles all night long. I haven't felt like that for months. I thought that I was dying. In essence, I thought I was going to be suffering for the rest of my life. It's all about experimentation. It's all about doing what you can at the moment. It's all about living each moment of the day, one moment at a time, 1 second at a time, 1 minute at a time, one meal at a time. Not making yourself or anyone else any promises. Encouraging others to join you and eat like you, but not enforcing anything. This really is an individual battle that you have to decide to make on your own, and your motivation has to be a positive one. For me, I don't want to suffer anymore. I don't want pain anymore. That's my motivation to carry this on every day. And each day that goes by, it's getting easier and easier for me to make the healthy, right choices. So, it's hard for the first few days, and then it keeps getting easier. Right now, I'm at a state where I put the soy sauce in there. Had the beans. I put my pepper and my seasonings. I've got a stew cooking for tomorrow, and I'm excited about that. And I put lots of great flavors and tastes in there. And I'm tired. I've been tired today. But I've been really busy the last 2 days doing a lot of housework and stuff. And so I can't necessarily say that I'm tired because of this diet. I can't be definitive on that one way or the other. Could be a combination of both. I don't know. Combination of change or whatever. I am going to vacuum. And I have cleared all the corners in my 2 rooms here, which has taken me like 10 years to get to this point, because I've never really had the mental ability for like 10 years to be able to even wrap my head around that, to be able to do that, and I've accomplished that. In whole, I feel more whole. I feel more clear-minded. I'm pleased. about everything. Yes, you have more gas. You have more gas that comes out of you, it's true, but it's not stinky gas. Like, it doesn't smell like rotting corpses when you fart. So nobody even really knows that you farted. It's just air coming out because you're eating healthier food. So I have no problems with that either. I don't seem to be burping. Acid reflux and irritable bowel. I haven't been running to my antacids, my pantoprazole, like at all. I'm just taking it now out of habit for the last 3 days, but I haven't really been thinking about it before. I would be in so much pain after I would eat and discomfort that I'd have to take that, and I'd have to lay down on the couch or sit there for the next 40 minutes until I felt better. I haven't felt like that since I've started this new lifestyle, this new vegan lifestyle, and like I said, you got to listen to, you can trick your mind into giving it something that, you can take a bite of a little bite of a meat and it's satisfied if that's what you need once a week. You can put gravy on your potatoes that has a meat flavor, and that also tricks the brain in thinking that it has its meat. I'm eating beans almost every day. That's my protein, so I'm getting enough protein. And I have my prenatal multivitamin because I was told a long time ago that it's better for women that are older to take the prenatal vitamin as opposed to the regular one because it has more stuff in it that some doctors believe we need at this age. So I'm also premenopausal. Which means I don't get my menstrual cycle every month. I only get it every 4 or 5 months now, and so that affects me too, but I've been feeling fine that way, and I haven't had any menstrual cycle yet since I've started this diet, I keep saying diet, lifestyle. So I'm going to continue giving you these videos every day, and I'm going to talk to you about what I'm learning, what I'm feeling, how I'm feeling, my brokenness, my not brokenness, my going, like I'd like to go right now for a walk, just a nice walk. I'm feeling good enough to go for a walk. I'm feeling strong enough to go for a walk. So, here's the church, here's the steeple, open it up, and here's the people. Were we doing that as a kid? Okay. My exercise is not crazy. If I feel like going for a walk, I go for a walk. I'll walk up and down my stairs a couple of times, even though I'm afraid that everything's going to hurt. I push myself a little more every day, but I do whatever I feel like. I don't force anything. If I don't feel like it, I don't do it. And so I believe one battle at a time as well. I'm not going to focus on exercise and healthy lifestyle, healthy diet, or healthy eating. I'm not, that's too much all at once. So baby steps. I'm always taught by my $500,000 of therapy, baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. It's okay to make a mistake. It's okay to not be perfect. You just pick yourself up again and you try again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Nothing is ever really considered or should be considered as a mistake.